Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Bob Thompson, and welcome to Unleashing Greatness, the #1 show for people who are ready to finally start or scale their own business and do it successfully. Over the last 9 years, I've scaled my little basement business to 15 plus locations and several other businesses, but it hasn't been without trial and error and lots of adversity. I'm here to share with you the strategies and tools that actually work when running a business and how not to lose yourself while doing it. So if you're ready to unleash the greatness within you, let's dive into today's show. This is the first episode of the new year that I'm recording. And I figured what I'd like to do today is dive in on some really gym-specific things, such as exactly what we're doing right now in Legion, and see if you have a gym, how you can apply it, because I think there's a lot of value there in what we're doing. But then also think about this if you don't own a gym, or you're actually looking to start a business, or you're in an e-com business or whatever it's a different industry, but a lot of it's the same stuff. And the other thing is you're going to be noticing if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm recording this from a new place. I actually got a stand-up desk. I've been battling some brutal lower back SI issues, over a decade ago. I really jacked up my back, and it's been pretty good for a long while, but I really found I fell into some bad patterns within the last year. So I wanted to get a stand-up desk, and when I got the stand-up desk, I noticed, because I take a ton of notes and stuff, I was able to get a whiteboard material for the desk, and I was like, this is fucking sweet. So I wanted to play around with that today. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you, what we're doing in the gyms right now to bring in new business. And I'm actually going to take it as far as I possibly can from kind of showing you the idea and the framework behind it, then also actually giving you the specific for one of the things that we're doing right now to bring in new clients, an actual specific sequence that we're using as the launch of it. And I wanted to do that, especially if you have a gym. I want you to have an absolutely great year. Figured this could be super helpful. If you don't have a gym, see how you can model it. And that's one of the great things about business is just because we're not maybe in the same industry, or what I'm talking about isn't specific to you, it's still business. Business at the end of the day doesn't matter what industry, and it's the same things. Everything's going essentially in the same direction. And as a bigger picture, if you think about it, in bringing in new business, there's 2 ways to do that. And then we'll take it a step further in the 3 areas of those 2 ways. But really, you're trying to get new customers and you're trying to get repeat customers. And that's it. If we think about, hey, I need to generate new business. So think about this right now. If we're in January, which is when I'm recording this, depending on who you talk to, I have a little bit, if you're a brick and mortar commercial gym, absolutely great time. New Year's resolutions are a great time for people to get started. They're going to be thinking about, hey, what gym am I going to start going to? This is going to be the year I get started. They might sign up for a gym membership. If you're more of a personal, you're a little bit more of a training style gym, a micro gym, you're giving a little bit more attention and accountability and detail, you might have a good early January, but I actually personally think it's towards the middle end of January and February where we really start seeing that uptick. Reason being is they might go to a commercial gym first, not get a lot of success. Then they want to come over to, hey, you know what? I need some additional help. I need a coach. I need accountability. I need more structure into this. And that's where they're going to seek you out. Now, with the rise in popularity of training gyms, of micro gyms, that's also changing. So it's still early January. It's a great time. It's top of mind for people. People are interested in joining the gym. So it's a great way to get them in. So if you think about it, if I have this gym, have this business, and I want to take advantage of the new year, that means I need to get new customers. So people have never been in before, and I need to create repeat customers. Maybe this is, if we take a step further, this is, current people re-upping, for gyms, that's making sure they're renewing and everything like that. So I'll talk about a strategy there. If it's former maybe members, getting them to come back on. When we think about, hey, bringing in new business, it doesn't just have to be like brand new people, especially if you're brick and mortar local town. And I'm going to take this as, I want to kind of like highlight why this is important. And I don't think a lot of gym owners are really thinking about it. But if I can get former members to come back on board, they're already familiar with me, with our service or whatever, that's a great way to bring in new business. And you can speak to them a little bit differently and they already have experience with you. So to take it a step back, what I want to do is I also want to mess with, I want to mess with this a little bit. So if we think about it, how do we make more money in a business? If we take a look here on this triangle, there's really 3 ways that we can bring in more money. We can get a new customer. We can charge a current customer more. Or we can ascend our clients and get them to buy more. So in our business, we can either bring in a brand new customer, never been there before. And honestly, this is also former members. They're a new customer again. So if I need new people, I need brand new people in my market, and I need people that have been there in the past, then I can charge my current customers more. This is just increasing prices. And then we can also ascend our current customers to get them to buy more things. Buy more things in a gym could be getting them to buy supplements or clothing or something like that, meal prep, whatever. Or it could also be, let's say your boot camp, getting them to go into semi-private training, or semi-private training, getting them to go into personal training, or some sort of higher level, having them add on and pay for a higher level service. So if we think about that, those are the 3 ways that we're going to increase revenue in our business. And if we keep that in mind right now, in January, how can we bring in new customers? How can we, going back to repeat buyers, how can we get our current people to stick more, to want to either ascend into programs, to buy more of the stuff that we offer, to just buy the next month? What can we do there? And then how can we reactivate former people? So those are the 3 areas that we're looking at right now at Legion. So we have something going on at this current time, and we're advertising for it, we're promoting it right now, and then we're also going to be launching in early January. I'm recording this on the 4th. We actually have several of these things starting in like a week. So if we have all these going on, we have something that's in the marketplace to attract brand new people. So we have an offer out there, running ads, sending emails, posting everything about it, getting internal people to promote it, to bring on brand new customers. We also have something going on right now for our current members. I think a lot of especially gym owners, but business owners in general, it's always about new. How do I get these new people? How do I get this? But if we also focused on just keeping our current members, and this is actually twofold. This is why it's important. If we focus on keeping our current members, you're going to increase revenue. You're going to increase profitability. People are going to stay. You're going to increase referrals as well. Especially over time, if you're in a local market, you're probably going to find that you're getting less and less leads. You're getting, maybe when you first started, the first year, 2 years, 3 years, like you were signing up. I know for Legion gyms, we have some months where we sign up 100 people, new people in a month for one location. Maybe that trickles down. Maybe it's 5 a week, 10 a week, or whatever. Maybe in some markets it's even 3 a week. But if you already have a really good membership base, then all those new people aren't as important. So you want to get those current people. You want them to stay. You want to ascend them. You want to get them to buy additional services or products or whatever you're offering at your gym. And it just makes it easier for your business. Your business becomes more profitable. Again, that's talking about gyms, but that's any business. If you can get clients and then you have some sort of recurring service, or you want to get them to become repeat buyers, once you get them, it's a lot easier to grow that business, to keep them. And especially when it comes to profitability, not just top line revenue. So we want to do something for our current members right now. Just because they're members doesn't mean that they're not creating resolutions, trying to get back on track, trying to get excited. So we want to give them that ability to solve that problem. Or like, hey, I want to, get back on track. I want to do this. And if you think, with Legion, generally speaking, our customers come in because they want to lose weight, they want to get in better shape. And our goal is to help them continuously, empower themselves or continuously hit those goals and get better and better, get closer and closer to their goals, whether it's with workouts, nutrition, and accountability. But there's going to be times, just like anything else, where you're more motivated than not. So most people are going to be more motivated right now, timely. So we're going to give them a reason to stay on track. And while also doing this, it's going to remind them to want to stay, especially if they're seeing all these other offers and everything else going on around them. It's going to be like, hey, this is why I'm at this business. Because once I became a member, once I became a customer, they didn't just forget about me. So we want to make sure that we're continuously serving our current people. And that's why for us, we're launching like an internal challenge for them. It's actually free. We are bringing, encouraging additional services. So some gyms might be really focusing on having them purchase supplements. Other gyms might be having them focused on maybe ascending into semi-private training, maybe a combination of both. But ultimately, whether they do either one of those, it's here's something additional for you right now, because I know that you're interested in this. I know that you're motivated to do this. Let's help you. Let's remind you of why you chose to be here, and we gotta continue progress. And again, they're going to stay. So talking about current customers, if we think about it, if you have, let's share my screen again. Let's say you have a membership base of 100 members. Now that's a lower membership base, but it's just going to be easier for math. So let's say that you have a 10% churn every single month. So just for easy math, that's why I chose 100. You're going to be losing 10 members a month. So that's upside down for you. I'll have to figure that out if you're watching this. But if you're losing 10 people a month, over the course of a year, that's 120 people. So if you were able to reduce that down to just 5%, now you're only losing 5 people, 60 people a year, that's a substantial increase in your monthly recurring revenue. Now, if these people left, hopefully they left on good terms. Chances are they're just like anybody else at this time, especially if they're interested at one point in time of joining your gym. They're probably going to be looking for some solutions to weight loss or getting in shape or whatever. So giving them an opportunity to come back in to somebody who's already familiar, use your services, probably had some sort of success in the past, it's going to be a little bit less difficult to convince them than somebody who has no experience with you. Maybe they've seen your ads, maybe they have some friends that stopped doing it. But we want to take a look at, hey, if you just had 100 members and you're losing 120 people a year at 10%, or 60 people a year if you're at 5%, I think the industry average is closer to that 10%-ish. And so I use that. At Legion, we really try and get ours down to like 2-3%, make sure consistently it's under 5%, but really when it gets to that 2 to 3% mark, and if you have 100 members, it's not that difficult. So if you have 200 members, in your gym, think about that. If you're at 10%, you're losing 20 people a month. Are you adding enough? And that could be another reason, like, hey, are you stuck on that? But anyway, so if we have, 60, 120, 240 former people just that last year, then here's an opportunity of people that are already familiar, that are probably looking for it, especially at this time, to get them back in. And that's what we're doing. And that's what I wanted to show you right here is we want to make sure that we're reactivating our former members because we can still help them. You don't know why they left. There's generally small reasons if you're actually tracking it of why people leave. So you can actually figure that out. But what we want to do is we want to get them back on board. And as a gym owner, this is something of some sort of reactivation thing you should be doing minimum every quarter. If you have a non-gym, what are you doing to bring back customers? And also think about it, you can speak to them a little bit differently. You already know their issues, but then for a member, you can talk about that stuff and whenever you're sending out. So we have something right now going on to bring in new clients that who've never used us before. Boom, we got ads up, we got promotions and stuff going after that. Then we have something going on for current members right now. And most of the current members we're going to be sending via our private groups for members. We have a launch sequence that we did, especially via text message, email, as well as then in those private groups. For the current members, we're not spending ads on that or anything. If you really wanted to, you could target whatever, but we're not. That's all internal promotion. Then also make sure you're promoting at classes. or your sessions and stuff like that. So we can get our current people onto that. So boom, those are those two ways. And then, as a business owner, you should be growing your email and your text list, because then when we're going to our former members, that's going to be the primary way that we're really launching this. We're not running ads for this offer that has been created specifically for our former clients. And I'm going to show you how we're doing it. So if we take a look here, you should see it here. What we're doing when we're launching it is we're sending out an email and a text to these former members. And this is, as I'll just show you real quick, it's a short sequence. We're essentially just making a tease about it. If they respond, they're interested, then we're going to ask them, if they are still interested, then we're going to give them the details and we'll, book an appointment or ask to book. And if they're there, then we'll schedule them. So what we did on this is this is just all automated. I want to make it as easy as possible for the locations. So for instance, this initial email that we're sending, I just want to make sure you can still see this. So simple thing, hey, contact name, I'm doing something brand new in January just for you, interested. Nothing crazy. It's just to garner a response, very conversational. I'm not just saying, hey, I'm launching this program, it's X price, would you like to join? That's just not a way, especially I like doing things, people you can, but I want to make sure that people are going to be continuously opening my text messages, opening my emails, especially if they're former members. So if they respond, great. Cool, great. To qualify, you must meet 2 criteria. You've done a challenge before, have 5 to 15 pounds to lose. Is that you? I know it is, because almost every single member, we add people that don't join challenges, but every single member, for the most part, like our way to grow, offer we promote is some sort of challenge on the front end for the gyms. And then I know that they're going to have some sort of weight to lose. I want to give them some sort of specific outcome that's going to happen as a result. And then if they say no, then I'm still going to try and get them to sign up. Cool. If you change your mind, grab a time here to lose 15 pounds in 6 weeks, or an alumni challenge, boom, go here. And then I'll send them the link. They say yes. Hey, I fit this, and all this is happening again automatically for them. So there, they say yes. I'm going to send them a series of 2. This is not too much. Cool. Here's the deets real quick. You're going to get 6 weeks of workouts. You love brand new meal plan, allowing you to eat real food like pizza, and extra accountability than you got before, plus some special never foreseen bonuses. This is important for us. Like, we're not having to go too deep into this stuff just because they are already familiar with what we do and how we do it. That's why I'm just kind of really covering the benefits as an overview. And then another text will go out, grab your spot and go over more. Just need you to grab an appointment. Again, my goal is to get them interested in this, but to get them to come into the gym. And that's what we'll really, sign them up. Great. And then at that point, yes, you're pumped back what time, or here's my calendar to find other times. Within the software, we can do, all this is automated. If they were responding for a certain time, we have AI in there that'll then just go ahead and book it. So that's what I just wanted to show you. So sometimes we don't have to overcomplicate it. We don't have to really create some sort of absolutely crazy plan, especially with these people that are current or former members, former challengers. They're already familiar with us. So if we send a text, we send an email, the likelihood, especially text, is super high. So if you're not sending text messages, you got to definitely send text for your business. But the likelihood, there'll be much higher of it'll be much higher of them opening, and it's conversational. There's, again, already familiarity with us. If they've done a challenge before, I know they're probably interested in losing body fat or losing weight. If they're not with us anymore, an assumption that I'm going to make is they probably gained some of that back, and now they're looking, especially this time of year, to get back on track. So using those assumptions, using that they probably had success with us, because generally our people have a lot of success, they're going to come in. So I want to get those people back. And by putting this out, probably have a much higher open rate as well for our emails, because again, they're familiar with us. The email is brand new. That's because we've never done something like this before, and actually I guess we have, but in this vein. So this will just really be enticing for them to get them to want to come back in. So especially this time of year and really throughout the year, but especially right now, we're like, hey, how can we get brand new people in, especially people that are looking to make those New Year's resolutions happen? How can we get our current customers to feel as if they're not neglected? Like they have needs right now. They have resolutions. So how can we help them achieve their goals? And as a member, bonus. And then how can we get those people that used to be members here, instead of them just like kind of going and seeing our ads or whatever and that might be like, they're already like, hey, I could join a challenge again or whatever. We're kind of using the same vehicle that they used before. And that's going to be actually part of the sales process. And they're like, oh, well, hey, this worked. You were here. You lost X weight. You lost X body fat before. So we're going back to what worked. We've tweaked it because you have experience. So it's even better for you and you'll be more likely to stick with it. We've added all these additional bonuses. Plus, because you're a former member, we've done this for you to really entice them to really want to come back. But then we want to get them back in the door. And we know that, again, right now, especially in gyms, it's timely. So if we really think about it, to kind of like bring it back, if you have a business, you want to get new customers, you want to get repeat customers. All right. So new customers could be former members or former customers as well. How can you reactivate those former customers? So we have new people, former people, we have our current people. We want to help them all stay in this ecosystem. And then how do we grow that? When we're getting new customers, we can then, ascend our current customers, have them buy more things, or we can charge more. Those are ways to increase the revenue of your business. But if you also want to increase revenue while increasing profit, the longer you can get your people to stay with you, more repeat buyers that you can have, that's going to allow you to have more profitability within that revenue. So that's all I have today. I hope that was helpful for you. If there's anything you'd like, hey, you're a gym owner and you're like, hey, I'd like to get a copy of that, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I am Bob Thompson. If you got value out of this, really would appreciate it. If you shared it with somebody that you think would also get value with it, leave a review if you're watching this on, iTunes or Spotify, or listening, I guess. And if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever, love it if you could share it. Hope your new year is off to a great start. I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for spending your time with me today. I made this show to help people just like you overcome the challenges and adversity that come with entrepreneurship. So if you know someone that could truly benefit from today's show, please be sure to share this episode with them. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week on Unleashing Greatness.